Good afternoon, everyone. This is Anthony, Wall Street Trader. It's 3:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. We are here to talk about Enzyme. It used to be called MLN, but it's no MLN anymore, and that's why we're covering it right here. But before we get started, this is not financial advice. The video is intended for educational purposes only. Click the subscribe and the bell if you want to be notified of videos like this and other videos I do, as well as the thumbs up, and share the video with your friends and colleagues who are interested in DeFi. This is one of the very few DeFi products I've ever covered, and it's pretty fascinating, as we'll see in a second. Intraday updates are on that Twitter link below. Let's take a look at Enzyme before we get started, though. I'd like to show everyone a little bit about what it is, and then we're going to get into the price action. Right now, Enzyme is what I consider almost like an asset management company on steroids, in the sense that it allows anyone to create their own financial products and have anyone invest in those financial products. What do I mean? Well, think of it like Fidelity, where Fidelity offers a range of different mutual funds, ETFs, etc., that investors can invest in. So you can get a broad access to multiple cryptocurrencies that can be very sector-based or other-based. And we're going to go into that in a second. But first and foremost, fundamentally, this thing looks clean. It's got an impeccable supply of crypto here, in the sense that we don't have much more to go. They almost have depleted all of the Enzyme coin, in the sense that there is going to be no further dilution here. Total supply, they're pretty much maxed out. So the way I see this is we will probably start to see more demand into the product, because the product is great. Take a look at the product right now. Again, Enzyme Finance was once called MLN. It is no longer MLN. Deposit. This is for people like you and me who want to invest our money. Basically saying, I want to pick this fund that has those cryptos in it, and I want to see what's going on every single moment of the day. So that's where it gives you control to pick what assets you want to get, as well as the transparency. And by the way, the assets are funds. They are funds of cryptos. It's not the same as just buying one or two cryptos. These are people who manage these funds. Each one of these probably has a different owner that creates their own. In this case here, Techemy Capital has their own holistic ETH BTC fund. It is a composite of all of these cryptos up here. WBTC, around 40% of the portfolio. Wrapped ETH, around 30% of the portfolio. It all adds to 100. And they give you the breakdown of what's included inside of that portfolio. In the world of Enzyme, they don't really call them portfolios. They call them vaults. And vault managers are people like Techemy Capital, who create this fund and put it and make it live. What could the fund be? It could also be around strategy, in the sense they can change the mix within the assets inside of these funds, just like money managers do. They buy and sell different levels of different securities within their portfolio. And by the way, you get all these performance metrics as well. Since inception, this month, 24 hours, they give you that whole thing, including, if you go into view details, you'll also be able to see their average monthly returns, which is great, as well as the top vault, the fund holdings, or the vault holdings there. All right, so that's kind of like the full download for here. So those portfolio managers are called the builders. Anyway, main thing is this is Enzyme Finance. It looks fantastic. Let's go and take a look at some crypto market action here. And let's look at MLN US dollar. So this is the US dollar version of Enzyme. And it's had this beautiful line that started back in March of ground zero of March of 2020 with the coronavirus, and really held good, solid support. And what's really fascinating here is it looks almost identical to Ethereum's support, meaning the fact that Ethereum has held a long-term line of support as well since that period of time in March. Now, I think we'll continue to see this line grow and grow and grow. Where are we at right now? Well, we're at 136, 172. And how far are we from that support line? We're about 20 points off. So about 20 percentage points off before hitting that line. Now, if you're interested in MLN, I would probably say, and again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I probably, if I had $100, I'd put $30 into it right now, let it pull it back, and then you pick up a little nibble right there around 119 or 125 and put maybe another 10%, and then just make sure it starts going back up and then put a little more. You want to kind of ease into the trade. You don't want to go all into the trade. Never really a good idea in my humble experience, especially dealing with cryptos. Believe me, I've lost it. I've lost a lot of money in this thinking I knew everything. And, you know, you learn your lessons. You wipe your pants off and you get back on the street. But in the meantime, MLN BTC is looking also pretty nice. As you can see, back in June of 2020, we started this beautiful, what is called an ascending triangle. Why is it ascending? Because, well, first of all, it's a right angle up here. It's pretty much horizontal, and you've got this here. Now, where I think we might wind up breaking out is right around here in the December timeframe. Yeah, it might look long ways away, but you know, you never know when it breaks out. Sometimes it breaks out a lot sooner than later. They don't always end at the bitter end because people kind of get wind that this is a triangle, and people like to pile in there at that time sooner, which would create a burst action on the triangle up. How far would the burst action go up? Well, let's take a look at the size of the pole or the side of the triangle. You got 472 here. You got 16, 17 there. So you're really looking at a possible 300 above the 444 range. Could take you to 777 or some odd like that. So like 430 to another 300, maybe more like 735. 735 is pretty significant because thinking about how much that is, that's almost 40, 50%. And, you know, that's pretty much what you'd get on a pop for Enzyme US dollar. So, you know, you could easily see over $200 once that thing completes. Again, look, if you're looking for 20 times, look, this is not that kind of coin. It's a little more well established. It's for people that like to hold long term as well. So it has a nice balanced mix of short term, more intermediate term investors who are looking for a couple of months and see what happens. I think this is a good one. I think you've seen it. Proofs in the pudding on their website. Take a look at it. In the meantime, Bitcoin, which unfortunately drags every altcoin around, has been doing incredibly well. We're at 50,825. It's fantastic. We're probably going to, my humble opinion is we're going to be hitting 58,000 in the very, very, very near future within the week. I think we're going to see a nice rally with Bitcoin. It may be a little bit at the demise of the altcoin market. Now look at altcoins here. Bitcoin MLN to Bitcoin here is kind of getting hammered today, while Bitcoin is rising sharply. And it's no surprise why. Well, let's take a look at the Bitcoin dominance pair. And it's very clear to me that, you know, you're starting to see a lot of upward action in this Bitcoin dominance pair, which is a bit of a drag on the altcoin market. Now, we knew Bitcoin was going to have this rally, and it was very evident to me because we've identified a pattern a couple of weeks ago that this was happening. And we captured it here as well. And we're seeing a mini-me version of that over here. And again, I'm going to zoom it out because I know a lot of you guys, I hope you're not driving watching this video. Put your phone down if you are. But anyway, so look, we kind of went up over here, kind of pulled back, and then up, right? Same pattern here as over here. And now we're going up. We might take a little spill back, but we're going to head higher. And where's that destination? Again, 58,000. That's my view, not personal, not financial advice. So be careful. It's crypto market. Anyway, that's all I've got. But yeah, Enzyme, it's a good one.